Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into a real estate company's filing. And let me tell you, it involves some interesting family ties. It might make you question who is really benefiting. This filing is about a company called Postal Realty Trust, and it seems like there might be some potential conflicts of interest with their CEO. We're going to break down how the company is dealing with managing properties owned by the CEO's family and what that means for investors. Before we jump in, if you find value in decoding corporate filings, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, come join our Discord community. The link is in the description below. It is a great place to discuss these topics. This report is about something that happened on May 5, 2025. It's called a Form 8K, which is a current report companies file to announce major events. In this case, it's about changes to how Postal Realty Trust manages some properties. Here's the deal, Postal Realty Trust, through one of its businesses called Real Estate Asset Counseling, or REAC, provides property management services. Think of property management as handling the day-to-day tasks of owning a building, like collecting rent and fixing things. These services are provided to a bunch of properties, 362 to be exact, owned by family members and business connections of Andrew Spodek. He is the Chief Executive Officer or CEO of Postal Realty Trust and also sits on the board, which is like the company's governing body. Basically, the CEO's family is paying his own company to manage their properties. To make things official, they have management agreements, which are contracts that spell out what services REAC will provide and how much they will get paid. These agreements have been changed or amended and are now called the Amended Management Agreements. So what are the changes? As of April of 2025, REAC gets 4.0% of each property's gross revenue, meaning all the money coming in before expenses, and this is paid every 3 months. But here's the kicker, every 3 months, but here's the kicker, every 3 months, but here's the kicker, every year on April 1. The management fee goes up to one to continue with 30 days notice. However, starting in October of 2025, either party can end the agreement with 60 days notice. That gives a little flexibility. There's another interesting piece. If RE helps with getting financing, meaning loans for these properties, they get an extra $5,000 per property. But there's a limit. The total extra fees can't be more than $50,000 for each financing deal. It doesn't matter if they get loans for properties individually or as a group. To make sure everything is fair, these amended management agreements were approved by a special committee of the board. This committee included all board members except for Mr. Spodek, the CEO himself. Now let's step back and consider what this all means. On the one hand, it's not unusual for a real estate company to provide management services, but the fact that the CEO's family and affiliates are the clients raises some questions. The increasing management fee is definitely something to watch. A guaranteed increase each year benefits REAC and, by extension, Postal Realty Trust. But it also means the CEO's family will be paying more and more for these services over time. Is that the best deal for them? The extra fees for financing could also add up, potentially creating an incentive for RSA to push for financing deals, even if they are not entirely necessary. The $50,000 cap provides some control, but it's still worth noting. The fact that an independent committee approved these agreements is a good thing. It shows the company is trying to ensure everything is above board or transparent and ethical. However, it's important to remember that these committee members are still part of the same company and they may have reasons to support the CEO. So what's the bottom line? This arrangement has the potential for conflicts of interest. It's crucial for investors to keep an eye on how these management agreements are working out. Are the services being provided at a fair price? Are the increasing fees justified? Is the company prioritizing the interests of all shareholders? Or are they primarily benefiting the CEO and his family? Postal Realty Trust is in a unique position. They specialize in properties leased to the United States Postal Service. This can provide a stable income stream, but it also makes them very dependent on the Postal Service. One of the company's strengths is that they focus on a niche market. This allows them to build expertise and relationships within that sector. However, it also means they are vulnerable if something happens to the Postal Service, such as budget cuts or a shift towards electronic communication. A potential weakness is this whole situation with the CEO's family. Even if everything is perfectly legal, it creates the appearance of a conflict of interest which can damage investor confidence. Looking ahead, a notable risk is the dependence on the Postal Service. If the Postal Service's financial situation worsens, it could have a significant impact on Postal Realty Trust's revenue. But there are also opportunities. The company could expand its services to other government agencies or explore new types of properties. They could also focus on improving the efficiency of their managed properties, which would increase their profit margins. In conclusion, Postal Realty Trust has a solid niche in the real estate market, but investors need to be aware of the potential conflicts of interest and the risks associated with their dependence on the Postal Service. Alright, that's our breakdown of Postal Realty Trust's latest filing. What's your take on these agreements and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.